Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. I hope you guys are doing well today. In this video, we're going to be talking about a DEX called Switcheo. I'm always on the hunt for DeFi gems, and I think DeFi isn't just confined to a single blockchain. I, like many others, believe in the multi-chain future, and I also believe we're going to have numerous automated market makers, each one having a special use case. And at some point, I also think that we're going to see some consolidation on the layer ones, leading to a handful of dominant DEXs on each chain. And with that outlook in mind, I was fishing for DEX plays, and I happened to come across Switcheo. They're well positioned to be the dominant DEX on the Neo blockchain, and in this video you'll get a brief introduction, and if you watch this video in its entirety you'll find out if I've decided to get exposure or not. Whether you're looking for DeFi gems or you're looking to augment your knowledge base, I would strongly recommend joining my private Discord channel. I mean, there's a really great group of people in there who oftentimes offer really good commentary on the latest and hottest topics. Or if you're not into Discord, at the very least I would recommend joining me on Twitter. You'll get industry insights and you'll learn about projects that I'm interested in. Both the links to my Discord channel and my Twitter profile can be found in the description below. With the intro out of the way, let's go ahead and dive into this video. Alright, to kickstart this video, let me give you guys a quick and simple overview of Switcheo. But before I do that, I just want to drop a little bit of alpha on you. When I'm trying to assess projects and get to know them a little bit better, what I like to do is watch interviews with team members, especially the founders and the CEOs. And what was pretty useful in my analysis of the project was this interview here. One of the investors in Switcheo is Defiance Capital, and they have an extensive portfolio of what I consider to be very high quality DeFi projects. And Defiance has recently decided to get exposure to Switcheo, and the founder of Defiance Capital, Arthur, and Ivan Poon, who's the co-founder of Switcheo, decided to participate in a fireside chat. This was pretty useful for me because you have a high-profile DeFi investor and you have a high-ranking member of the team or the project that I'm reviewing. But anyhow, coming back to my review, Switcheo at its core is a liquidity protocol. It's using a hybrid model of an order book and an automated market maker. It started off with just order books, but once they saw how successful AMMs were doing, they decided to incorporate that model as well. And like I've been saying for the last year, I think building deep liquidity is key for any DeFi protocol. Once you achieve deep liquidity, you can build all types of financial products on top of it. After they introduced liquidity mining incentives, the pools got deep pretty quickly, and as a result they decided to build a derivatives product on top of Switcheo, and they're eventually going to work on a stablecoin which will allow users to collateralize their Switcheo token to open CDPs to mint a USD based stablecoin. And you'll actually see this create some synergy because once users are able to collateralize their SWTH, I'm sure many of them will use that capital to either pursue yield on the liquidity protocol or perhaps take a risky play and trade on the derivatives market. So in other words, you're going to see the volume pick up pretty drastically once they introduce the stable coins. And at some point I also expect this to evolve into a money market service. And before I proceed, I want to make sure that I drew a distinction between DEX and Switcheo. DEX is the fully decentralized trading platform that supports any cryptocurrency derivative product. In fact, you can use it today. It's on mainnet, and you can use it to trade futures like Bitcoin and ETH. ETH you can trade at 50x leverage, and Bitcoin you can trade at 100x leverage. So in other words, it's basically a derivatives product built on Switcheo. DEX will be run by the community completely via governance, allowing anybody to list new markets, make changes to market parameters, and further develop the platform among other possibilities. Now, about a year ago, Neo and Switcheo deepened partnerships with a significant funding from the Neo Eco Fund. In my eyes, this basically meant that Neo decided to pick Switcheo as their DEX of choice for the entire Neo network. And to my knowledge, I don't see any other competitors out there, and even with a competitor, Switcheo has a significant first mover advantage. Neo is committed to also supporting the Switcheo token by financing the redemption of Switcheo tokens for gas to further boost the confidence in the Switcheo token. The price of the Switcheo token will be supported with a price floor at a rate to be determined at a later date. I haven't seen any more recent news on this bit here, but if any of this materializes, it's going to do a lot for Switcheo token's value accrual. They're also going to deepen support by allowing trading fees on Switcheo exchange to be paid using gas tokens instead of Switcheo tokens. By doing this, Switcheo will burn Switcheo tokens off the market manually from fees collected every quarter. And this model is somewhat similar to Binance, where they collect fees off the exchange and they convert a portion of them to buying BNB off the market and burning those tokens. And given the massive circulating supply, it's a good sign that they're adding deflation through burning. And if you didn't believe me when I said Switcheo is likely to be the preferred DEX on Neo, just take a listen to what the founder of Neo, Da Hongfei, said. As the preferred decentralized exchange on the Neo blockchain, Switcheo will continue to work in tandem with Neo in maintaining a robust developer ecosystem. Like I said in the beginning of the video, DeFi isn't going to be confined to one single blockchain. It's going to be extended to multiple blockchains. So if you think Neo has a viable future and you're bullish on DeFi, you should definitely take a closer look at Switcheo. And a little unknown fact about Switcheo is that their trading hub uses Cosmos' SDK as an underlying technology. And because of that, they'll be able to directly communicate with other IBC compliant blockchains in the future through Cosmos' inter-blockchain communication protocol. This means that they'll be able to interact with BSC, Terra, Thorchain, Kava, and many others. And I think once it gets connected to IBC, it's going to be very big for Switcheo because they're the AMM or the liquidity protocol of choice for the Neo blockchain, and that any project can list their token in a permissionless manner. I have a feeling that they're going to become the hub for all Neo-based tokens. So that would mean if that other protocols or other projects wanted their users to be able to access Neo-based tokens, they're likely either going to integrate Switcheo on their backend or they're going to route orders through the Switcheo liquidity protocol. Now that I've given you guys a quick introduction to the platform, let's shift over to talking about the tokenomics. There's a massive circulating supply of over 1.3 billion tokens. It took off during the DeFi summer, and right now it looks ready to make new all-time highs. In my view, part of the reason why it's not trading higher is because it's not very accessible at the moment. If you're not able to access it on any of these exchanges here, I would suggest using the Binance Smart Chain. PancakeSwap recently added the Cake/BNB pair, and they offer robust liquidity mining incentives leading to very deep liquidity. In other words, if you use PancakeSwap to buy the token on the Binance Smart Chain, you can buy the Switcheo token with very little slippage. If you buy the token and you stake it, not only are you going to receive block rewards, but you're also going to receive fee rewards. So any protocol associated fees, for example, fees made or accumulated by the decentralized exchanges, you're going to be able to get a portion of them by staking your Switcheo tokens. And the process to stake your tokens is very easy. I'm not going to go over it in this video, but basically you would choose a trusted validator and you can choose from a wide variety of them. Stake your Switcheo tokens and then you'll automatically start earning rewards. And eventually they're going to add additional utility to the token. They already have an existing tier discount program, and sometime in the future they plan to offer a referral boost for people that are staking Switcheo tokens. And now that they have the Switcheo Trade Hub, as they add more services to the protocol, they're going to be able to add more and more utility to the token. And like Uniswap, they're going to enable automated listing. This way project owners will be able to list their project tokens in a permissionless manner, but in order to list their token, they'll have to first burn a designated amount of Switcheo tokens. And on top of that, they'll also have to bootstrap an initial liquidity pool with equal amounts of the base and the quote tokens. And I'm assuming that the base token for every pair is going to be the Switcheo token. Let's say DeFi related activity picks up on the Neo blockchain and Switcheo does become the venue of choice for Neo based tokens. All these projects that list on Switcheo are going to first have to buy and burn tokens, which reduces the circulating supply. Then they'll have to buy Switcheo tokens off the market in order to provide liquidity into their native token pool. And remember, I said that they're going to have USD-based stablecoins, which requires people to use the Switcheo token as a collateral. Assuming that this becomes very popular, this is also going to remove Switcheo tokens from the circulating supply. To summarize, you're going to have three deflationary forces. Every quarter, the fees are going to be used to buy Switcheo tokens off the free market and burn them. Secondly, anytime somebody wants to list their token on Switcheo, they'll have to buy and burn Switcheo tokens. And thirdly, users that want to mint the USD-based stablecoin are going to have to collateralize their Switcheo tokens. And when it comes to tokenomics, you got to be very patient. Usually when these protocol level changes are made, you won't see major movement for months, but once the protocol gains some traction, you'll see these tokens move to the upside very quickly. Now to end the video, I'm going to give you guys my closing thoughts on the project. In the interest of being fully transparent, I wanted to say that I did get exposure to the token. And in a minute here, I'm going to share with you guys what I'm doing with my current position and how I plan to passively accumulate more Switcheo tokens. Even though NFTs are currently getting a lot of exposure, I still believe DeFi in the long run is going to do a lot better. And I would imagine at some point, all these people that are making money off of NFTs, they're eventually going to sell their NFTs and bring their capital to DeFi to create a financial bedrock that generates them passive income. And we're still in the very early innings. I mean, we still haven't solved the scaling solutions. We still have liquidity silos. And I have the full faith and confidence that both those issues are going to be resolved in the next couple years. And if you think that DeFi has accrued a lot of value already, get ready because you guys haven't seen anything yet. And since we're still in that very speculative phase of the market, and I think we're not close to the top at the moment, I still think there's ample opportunity out there to find DeFi gems that haven't taken off yet. Switcheo, in my opinion, happens to be one of those gems. I mean, if you look at Switcheo, they have a working product, and despite not gaining any traction during the bear market, they kept on building. So we know we have a team that can ship out code regardless of the market conditions. I mean, I don't agree with everything the founder says. For example, personally, I think AMMs are going to displace a lot of the volume that's generated by order books. He, on the other end, thinks that order books will continue dominating and AMMs have a smaller role in the marketplace. But on the other hand, I do agree with him that we're going to have a multi-chain future, that we need to work on interoperability, scaling, and also focus on wallets to enhance user experience. One of my big concerns was the circulating supply, but after doing my deep dive, I became less concerned with this. I mean, you have a lot of tokens that are locked up being staked. You're going to have a lot of them used as collateral. And lastly, you also have burn mechanisms in place. And what I think is going to happen is that even though it's not listed on many exchanges, I think once IBC is fully launched and you see chains start interacting with one another, it's going to make the Switcheo token a lot more accessible. And when that happens, I think the token will really take off. Now to conclude the video, I'm going to share with you guys what I'm doing with my Switcheo tokens. I decided to provide liquidity into the Switcheo/BNB pool here on PancakeSwap. And as a result, not only am I earning pool fees, but I'm also earning an APR paid to me in cake tokens. And what I was doing on a daily or a bi-daily basis was taking my cake rewards and converting them into Switcheo tokens. Because at some point, I expect Switcheo to outperform BNB in a very big way. And to offset some of the impermanent loss, I'm converting my yield mining rewards into Switcheo tokens. And this move ended up working out pretty well for me because I bought Switcheo around 9 cents. And because I paired it with BNB and put it into the pool, my losses were hedged when Switcheo took a small hit. And on top of that, you have BNB that's going up. And while that's happening, it's basically dollar cost averaging into Switcheo. And if you're open to taking a little bit more risk, there's this protocol on the Binance Smart Chain called Swamp.Finance. And this protocol basically auto-compounds your liquidity position in the Pancake protocol. So instead of depositing your LP position here, you take your LP position here to Swap.Finance and you stake it here instead. What they'll do is they'll basically take the yield that you're making in cake and automatically convert that into your LP position, auto compounding it. And as a result, your APY for the year should be 855%. And based on your APR, you're getting 0.62% daily. And you're also getting an additional yield from the Swap.Finance protocol. You're getting an additional APR of 94%, which is 0.26% daily, for a total of 0.88% daily. And what I'm doing personally is harvesting my Swamp rewards and converting them into the Switcheo token. This way I basically get to dollar cost into Switcheo and also get to hedge against my IL if Switcheo significantly outperforms BNB. Now, if you like this strategy and you want to learn about more strategies like this in real time, I have a few private Discord channels where I publish my moves in real time. In order to join or get access to those channels, all you need to do is head over to my Patreon. And even if you sign up for the lower tier of $20 per month, you'll get access to all my private channels on Discord. And if you're new to DeFi, or maybe you want to expedite learning so you could also do this independently yourself, I offer additional services that give you one-on-one access to me. So instead of listening to hours and hours of my videos, you can save yourself some time and money by signing up for one of the higher tiers on Patreon. If you feel like you could benefit from any of those services, make sure you guys check out the description box after watching this video and click on my Patreon link. With that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is CryptoOneStop signing out. I'll talk to you folks next time. Bye.